Well, today's a bit momentous. I'm officially going to sign my leave of absence for the next year of school. How about that? I also woke up super late. If I were to give you a play-by-play, I was supposed to wake up at 6. I did wake up at 6. At 6:10, I finally rolled over to turn off the alarm. At 6:11, I set another alarm. And then at 8, I ignored that alarm. And then at 10, I woke up. Oh no. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going. No pressure. Just gonna casually pseudo drop out, that's all. First up, grabbing some gas at Costco. I didn't have faith that I had enough to make it here, so I actually stopped at a gas station and asked for $2 of gas. I got the Rotella with me, got the OEM filters. I wish I had space to just do the oil change myself because it takes so much less time, but oh well. Go. It takes like several minutes for it to actually register full. I don't think I've been here since I crashed this car last.
Like, for lack of better,
How's it going?
You gonna YouTube us?
I should be not. Well, I mean, it's not like anyone follows me, but it's fine. You know, oil change. I can leave it for the day. No crashes this time. That's super duper. Yeah. Well, yeah. But yeah. I think the last time I was here was at the time that I like. Yeah. So I just gotten the wheel mounted, the warranted one, and that day crashed, and it came. Memories. So I reposted something on Instagram from a while ago. It was like tail whips in slow motion from the winter, and Gabe commented, "Watch this 13 times," and as a joke, I commented back, "Now, if you just make 13 comments, that algorithm boost will be real. Dude, this was sick. Dude, this was epic. Wow, OMG. Oh my god, this is so cool. Ow, bro, this is so sick. Halfway there. Damn, bro, this is a real Gene Boys for the win." I think he might have gotten blocked from commenting by Instagram. Oh, no. You ride better than I walk. Okay, all done now. 13 comments. There we go. Drive safe. It's really weird. I've talked about it before in the video of letting go of music. I haven't thought about school, being in classes, practicing for something other than just to play music in 3 months or so. And I'm getting like this odd returning sense of duality that I used to always have, or tertiarity. I had 3 endeavors that could have all taken a full person's attention. Actually, they all needed a full person's attention to have any chance of success. Making a feature-length documentary, being full-time in music school, and then the startup thing. Everything you see in my apartment, be that the layout of my room, the layout of my living room, or the fact that I have one black phone with a case on it, and then one white phone that's larger without a case on it, it was all engineered in my mind to help context changing, because you lose so much mental steam using that energy to like load everything that you need to think about to like insert yourself back in a paradigm. So anything that sort of is an involuntary cue helps. But it's basically been a summer without having to do that, and it's really weird to suddenly get this burst of like, I'm gonna go to the school again, I'm gonna see Gina again, I'm gonna walk past the practice rooms. It's trippy. I guess I should contextualize a bit for anyone that hasn't watched all of the previous videos what the hell I'm talking about. So, one moment. State University because they had like a 90% music curriculum there. Most importantly, the teacher I was studying with was who I was trying to get with a Manhattan School of Music, who was Colin Williams, who is the associate principal trombonist in the New York Philharmonic and also former principal at Atlanta Symphony Orchestra. He's really good at trombone, he's really good at teaching how to be good at trombone. I wanted to get some help from him, and he helped me out. And then I left. The flip side is I was coming back, hang on, let me turn off the AC. So you might think that was a mistake, it was actually just to hide the fuzziness of my sound. So the caveat for me was that I was coming back from losing my embouchure completely, which is all the muscles that keep the buzz, because all the sound on a trombone is just this, which is just this. Why am I doing this in front of a camera? Like you literally tighten the muscles, make a little more compression. You figure out how to go higher, but a lot of it is contingent on the muscles in your face. Obviously, no musculature in anyone in the world is going to be perfectly symmetrical. So I overplayed once, and the side of my face that literally had smaller muscles gave out. So I had to unlearn trombone and then relearn it, and that happened like 2 years ago. So long story short, Colin was at Montclair. Colin, what am I doing with this focus right now? Went through a way worse embouchure problem than I did, came back stronger than ever, and then landed a spot in the New York Phil within like 5 years or some ridiculous amount of time like that. So I was like, if there's anyone to study with to fix that stuff, it's him. But what ended up happening was I was busy with the documentary that I was trying to do, which I've since backburnered. I was busy trying to learn about the startup stuff because I just get obsessive, so it's not like my choice to delegate the focus to that, it just happens. And whereas you should be practicing like at least 5 days a week, and ideally all 7, I was practicing like three. Only because I happened to have ensembles on all 3 of those days. All the time that I spent playing was either playing the same rep and rehearsal setting, which is like not always making music, or playing exercises, because my problem, like obviously if you lose the balance and you have problems with your musculature, you engage your muscles more going higher, so it gives you problems with a higher register. As you can tell, I should have that locked down, but I didn't, because like my face was going, and then I spent so much time focused on my face that my air went away. It got less than fun to practice, and I had other opportunities like prodding at my face. So what I did, well, I reached out to every professional in the New York scene that I could get to, talked to them all before to prepare for my meeting with Colin, and then I met with Colin, terrified, shaking in my shoes. He wasn't mad at all, and then in fact he felt like it would be wrong of him to advise me not to pursue Sprackle, or the startup, if you don't know what Sprackle is. He said something which stuck out to me, because a lot of people say like, oh, if you don't do that, you're gonna regret it later. He said, if you don't do that, you're gonna be pissed off about it later. I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna take this gap year. And the reason why I'm taking a gap year is because at my school, you can take a leave of absence for any reason and come back the year after like nothing ever happened. So since 90% of startups fail in their first year, I figured that year would be a good litmus test to find out if I should actually drop out later. The reason I was having all those talks was to find out basically if I could audition into one of my dream conservatories, like Juilliard, Eastman, Manhattan School of Music, some other school like that, as a freshman at the age of say 25 or 27. And apparently, depending on the school, it is generally a yes if you didn't piss away all the, if it wasn't like I stayed in my parents' basement playing video games for 7 years, then I started practicing and then I came back. That's probably not gonna sell your case, but for me, leaving to pursue a startup and another opportunity, it shows ambition and stuff, I thought that there would be a lot of stigma that I left the scene, and that there would be, I don't know, this sort of like poshness about like, oh, well, he's not serious enough. But it turns out that's not really the case. If you can play music, like, you just have to make sure your audition at 25 is as good or better than it would have been when you were 18. All of that considered, this is what I used to do 6 hours a day. I loved it. I had a setback. It was unfortunate, but that luckily led me to potentially bigger opportunities and a lot of learning. I guess I'm gonna go to the school now. Oh boy, this is happening. I'm excited. Don't think I need anything else. Wallet, keys, multi-tool. All right. do the thing. Oh, that's really low. Oh, I guess it's downstairs. Oh my god. There it is. This is gonna suck. This takes forever, but whatever. Oh, maybe that's how you're supposed to do it. Ah, yes. For real this time. Oh, headphones. No, god dang it.
I just found out about your shit too. I've seen a couple of your videos. Fucking awesome.
Thanks, man. Let's go become a societal misfit. Buckle my bag so I don't misfit myself into a car. Oh, it's crazy. When you ride a bike with a proper tire pressure and not 1,000 PSI, it actually feels quite pleasant. That is not my MT7 on the back. Tree, oh, yeah, flip it, 2, 3, yeah. I'm still in the wheelie though, it's okay. Imagine a day when you can look at the skyline of New York City with no smog. That's an exciting thought for me. This road is the one I used to drive, and you've probably already seen a little bit of it. Ah, this is a really good road. The reason why is because every time I drove to or from school, I had to drive past things like this. And this. I'm sorry, but it's just hard not to be motivated when you pass a flippin' arch. Oh dear. Anyway, I don't think you get to that by slacking it. Hopefully, actually, hang on, this talk isn't going where I wanted it to. Yeah, you know, moving right along, disregarding that whole, like, currently riding a bike to go drop out of school thing. Oh, damn it. Oh, another tree. None of that went well. Sadness. That's great. This is fine. I get the idea. I'm not supposed to be doing this, but whatever, okay? What? That's just not even fair. Whatever. Alright.
Gina, question.
I kinda did a backflip.
You did nice. Yeah, I saw that. Your tricking has improved.
So about being here thing.
What's that?
It's to fill out the leave of absence, not to actually.
I see.
Yeah. I rode the bike here and that.
From Florida?
Yeah, from Florida. Went well, as you can see.
It actually, I thought it was like a designer. I didn't even notice.
Sweet.
It's just like a designer.
Are you completely lying to me, or were you kind of like...
Partially.
Next!
How did you know? This is the inciting incident, you know? This is the day.
What you up to?
Well, I tried to avoid a puddle. Found a bigger one.
Okay.
Then I found a tree.
Life works that way.
With my face.
Yep.
How did you get new practice rooms this year?
We got 5 new practice rooms, which is exciting. We need a lot more, but we got 5. We gotta start somewhere.
Seemed like 4. Do you need to take them?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll leave a message. And you get this stripe up your back.
Such a beautiful day, having a wonderful time.
Yeah.
And, oh god. And then I got distracted by the puddle and I ran into an overhanging tree branch. You know, you recoil when you get slapped by a ground substance from the ground. So I recoiled up and then just got...
You need to leave of absence for him.
Yeah. And
Let's find that.
I didn't sign up for classes though, so that's
Okay.
It's already a
You heard half of what I said.
Yeah. Hopefully. Well, I mean, that was the easy part. That just sort of is it literally required me to do nothing.
Yeah.
Explicitly nothing.
Leave of absence withdrawal. There we go. There's the link.
Cool. So,
Okay.
if it all goes well, that'll be a thing.
That's very cool.
But let's say December comes around and I crash and burn magnificently in
Okay.
glorious fashion as always.
Okay.
The process for coming back next year, would that just be
Just come back.
sweet? And would I have to do that at the beginning of that summer or the
If you're out for if you're out for 2 semesters or longer, you've got to reply to the university, but it's a formality.
Okay.
If it's less than that, you just register at the right time.
Okay, so if I am out until May, but like it takes till May to crash and burn, I'm just gonna come by.
And I think you just need to come by and say, hey.
I shall come by and say hey.
And you can do that anyway.
Yay. Thank you. I'll give you a
Okay.
hug, but you probably wouldn't appreciate
Kind of
it.
muddy. Boy, good luck with this. It's exciting.
I'm gonna need it.
It's very exciting.
Bye, Gina.
Ah.
That was painless, probably because it didn't actually happen yet, but got the forms, and I think Alex is over here. We'll talk to him.
Are you still gonna do trombone choir?
Not regularly, but I'll try to drop by whenever I can.
Totally should. Great to see you.
Bye. Is it still there? Oh, yes, it is. Mud and all. Okay. This might confuse people.
Oh no.
Oh, no, I'm fine. I mean, I could go up those stairs, but I feel like people wouldn't like me for it. Oh well. I failed my keyboard jury in there. Well, that was kind of anticlimactic to technically be an official Gap Year Mark II student. I gotta go home and actually fill out the form, so I guess I'm going home to fill out the form. So. Coaster wheelies are the best. This is fine. I hate that pedal. I hate it so much. Usually hatred takes time to foster, but that was an instant adoption of that feeling. I'm gonna take a shower now. That's fine. Clean. Alright, let's make a questionable life decision. I found out that you do actually have to reapply after 2 semesters, 2 or more semesters, meaning that I think this technically counts as dropping out, for real, under the contingency that, obviously, it won't be very difficult to get back in, considering I guess it wasn't very difficult to get in the first time. Anyway, technically speaking, this, I think, is the day I dropped out of college. That wasn't expected when I woke up this morning. The consequences don't change at all. It's the same thing. I covered my ass, but still. I thought I was deferring that a bit, but apparently not. I'm technically dropping out.
Hi, Clyde, what's up?
Energy. So I was looking at the page and I wanted to glean your wisdom on this. So I know you said that reapplying after the allotted semester is just kind of a formality.
Yes.
So would you recommend that I only file for that first semester off and then do it again for the second semester, or would you say it's really like...
I doubt that they won't let you back in after one semester.
Well, it says may take a leave of absence.
If you were coming back in January and you had told them you weren't coming back till September, I doubt sincerely that they will not take your money if you want to come back in January.
You know, you have a fair point there.
Yeah. I would go for the year and
I was thinking that because like ensembles revolve that way anyway, so I was like, it's really...
sort of, yeah.
Well,
Okay?
this was unexpected. Thank you so much, Gina.
All right, my darling. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, that escalated quickly. All right. Okay. Wow. This is real. Oh, that was it. That just there's no more. That was... What a Tuesday! That just happened. All right. Okay. Thank you then. Yeah, no, it doesn't feel any different. Back to editing for the day. Ow. All right, car's done. We should go. Doing well. Koi, right? Well, that was a struggle. Let us cross into 150,000 miles with our boost low and our hopes high. I said a lot of stuff. Mic was off for all of it. Synopsis, here we go. As of recording this, I do believe I'm gonna upload this as a chronicle of the day that I dropped out of college. I hope you've enjoyed. I sacrificed some clothes of mine for this, so, you know, smash that like button. I exported weekly number 17, both the long version and the normal version. I ate a meal about an hour ago, my first meal of the day, and it consisted of over 150 grams of protein, over 200 grams of fat. Although I've been keto for a year, I'm trying to optimize even further, maximize growth hormone, burn the most fat to finally get in the body that I want, which has taken my entire life to get to, but I'm closer than ever. Thought that I'd be able to push out the actual dropping out of college thing for another year, but it turns out it only buys me a semester, and at that point, you just might as well send it, honestly. As Gina put it, I'm not, you know, too worried that they aren't gonna take my money if I have to come back sooner. So, you know, fair enough point there. But I am officially a college dropout. How about that? That didn't take long. Well, actually it did take long because I took a year before I even went into college in the first place. And then I just, it's fine. It's gonna be worth it, right? This is a good decision, I think. I didn't have a scholarship anyway, so hey! I guess depending on how you look at it, I technically sort of made $12,000 today. That was easy. Wow. Why don't more people do this? All right. I'm gonna go to sleep, try to wake up early in the morning, and my arm's getting really tired. Jay's dinner tomorrow. Jay's send-off dinner. He's going to South Africa and then Germany and then some other extravagant places and then back here in December. And it's at 7. So I just have to be in the city by 7. And as long as I do that, the rest of the day is mine to spend. And hopefully my brain decides to spend it on editing because I've been pretty bad about that in the past when I've resolved to actually edit for a day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're crazy enough. And I'll see you in the next routinely scheduled episode of how to start a startup by someone that doesn't know how to start a startup. Okay, have a great time, bye. Oh God. What was that sound?